I'm Trent Alvey. I've been an artist at Phillips for quite a few years, and I was thrilled to find out that they are doing this environmental focused exhibit, and hope we can do many more, and also incorporate a lot more environmental work into the regular programming. So I'm here to talk about my two pieces. I've got some photographs on this side, printed on aluminum, and I have this sound piece on this side entitled Our Common Voice, based on Pope Francis's encyclical. This piece was in the 2015 Parliament on Religions that was held at the Salt Palace, where many different religions came together and talked about environmental issues. So the Pope's encyclical was called Our Common Home, and I called this piece Our Common Voice. My intention was to make it an emergent phenomenon, or an emergent piece. I did it primarily on the internet, also in person, but many of the languages that are spoken are from kind of a viral spread on the internet. So it's a 9.5-hour recording, so I don't expect anyone to just stand and listen to the whole thing. But it's also the brilliance of Pope Francis to make this document holistic, which is especially important because there's only one message in it, which is to have respect for our home, for our common home, the earth. So he talks about many things: economics, politics, social inequities, endangered species, everything that we all have been hearing about now for over 30 years. But he does it in such a way that almost every stanza reinforces that simple message. So it's a brilliant piece of writing, and when you listen to it, I've listened to it on headphones just while I'm working, and some paragraphs catch your attention more than others, but as you listen, you start to just reinforce this unified concept. You start to internalize this concept of respect for one another and respect for our common home. On this side, I have some photographs printed on aluminum. I've been lately working spontaneously. I have this huge need to not jump too far forward. I think it's because of the uncertainty of the times. Spontaneous seems really powerful to me right now because things are changing so fast. It's like our earthquake we had just recently, and it's like the ground moves under your feet. So I've taken photos for years, and like all of us, I have quite a number of photos, but I combine those with some of my artwork images or parts of my artwork, and then also images that I've just taken as I've traveled around the world and at home and in my own backyard. They're images that I like separately, and when I combine the right two, they give me a little jolt, like, this is speaking to what's going on right now with our planet. This is speaking in a metaphorical way, which is a little easier to look at, but it's also powerful because it goes into your psyche and manifests itself. So I wanted to talk about each of these pieces individually for just a minute. This one is a combination of two photos. This is the back room of the MoCA, the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art. They have a huge 30-square foot building there, and I took this indoor picture when I was there a few years ago and combined it with my Great Salt Lake installation at Finch Lane, but where I had these floating pyramids, and it just seemed like those two images seemed like a powerful combination. So this one, it's called Planetary Weather Disrupted. I had images from one of my black and white ink and charcoal drawings, and then I've used this same image in the background of all of these pieces, which is, it was just a beautiful bird feeder dish that I saw, and I wanted them all to have a common theme with a circular image of a planet, or a circular image indicating planet, and then go from there. This one, Shattered Balance, this is a piece of really delicate shell that is in my yard. It's in a tray, and it's been sitting out there for a number of years, just kind of breaking down and beautifully kind of decomposing. But in this sense, it's still, I think, a beautiful image, but the connotations of our planet decomposing are a little more alarming. This one I thought was so elegant. I think they all have a beauty and an underlying message simultaneously. So this beautiful leaf that had been out all winter on a sidewalk was breaking down and doing what it's supposed to, so that new growth can appear the next spring. So, that made me feel like we're in that stage of decomposing, and we need to have an awakening, a spring time of our own thought processes. This one was the first one I did, which felt like, the planet was drenched in oil, which it is, and all of the systems that the Earth has put in place, the 400 million year old systems of, the basic elements and how everything stays in check so that we can have oxygen and, winds to cool our planet and all of that. That one seemed to be, for me anyway, it was the most graphic, because we need to stop burning the fossil fuels in order for all of those processes to work. There's a whole lot of science behind it that, we need to know, but also we need to just have a visual image of what we're trying to do. And this one, to me, it looks like a DNA string, kind of indicative of the pathogens that are emerging from places that have been impenetrable to man, and now they're all coming out, like our current COVID-19 virus. And this one, Dying Planet, is also one of my favorites, because it just looks like it's still. There's no wind, there's no activity. It's kind of a Mars planet. So that would be the ultimate end of our planet if we just, if it ends up being a dead planet or like Mars, then that's it. Anyway, hopefully you can take a look at these and enjoy them. Thank you.